Okay, so are you able to view my screen?
Hello, Satya.
Hello?
Yeah. I'm there.
Yes. Are you
Happy.
able to view my screen?
Go ahead.
Okay. So just first explore what are all the things are there.
Okay.
What are the purpose for which we use different type of
Okay.
the objects available.
hmm
So
Today we are discussing about the analytic components, right?
no, what today we will do is we will cover in just a little bit of briefly just what all the components are there. Analytical basic
Okay.
container and a
Continue.
little bit detailed, not very much, not with a working example,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but with a little bit knowledge wise, we will just see how it works, what it works. So like that.
Okay. 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 End of our session. Have some questions. I'll ask you
Yeah,
once we close the session. I mean, before closing.
yeah, sure. You can have it right now also, no issues.
No, no. You continue with your topics.
Okay, okay. Okay, so this is one of the component chart which I think most of every application, every business object tools will have.
Mm-hmm.
So which is used to represent your data when you want to have it compared with the you want some values with respect to some your dimensions. Okay,
Okay.
so these are the various, as I told you that we have various type of charts available.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously now the question will be like, okay, if these are the various types of tools, then how will I decide which one to use?
Yeah.
So generally there will be first thing will be like the data what you want to display. Okay, what
Okay.
you will display that thing, and then what is best for your application from look and feel perspective, if not uh, everything, but what will be look good in that one. So let's take an example, like if you want to represent it a column chart. So column chart will be like if you want to represent something which does not have relation with each other. You want to represent, let's say, for your yearly sales. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
so in that case, you want to represent it yearly, so you can choose column chart or line chart. So generally, column chart and line chart are more of a same type. They are used in
So,
Sir, please wait.
mm.
Looking is in offline. Maybe some internet connectivity,
Yeah.
something.
just a minute. Let me reconnect the remote desktop. Okay, so I was telling you what will be the situation and where
Mm.
which type of thing you will use it.
Right.
So So if you have to use, let's say, for yearly sales or maybe your country-wise sales you want to represent,
Mm.
then you might use that. Okay, I will use column chart or line chart. They are generally suited for that one. Or even
Okay.
if you want to, let's say you have a column chart, but you want to do comparison between two things like your sales revenue with respect to your expenditure, that
Okay.
for every year. So let's for 5 years you want to do
Mm.
the comparison. So you will use a pie this column chart. So
Okay.
every year you will have two columns. One column represents your sales, another will represent your revenue. So you will
Revenue.
get to know a little bit of each of them side by side. So
Right.
in that case, mostly it is useful for these type of comparisons. You want to have yearly comparison and all like that one, you will
Mm.
use that. So these all we will use. Then and mostly what charts are there that I will tell you, but there are many other charts are there which are not specific. You can use it in any of the scenarios, but
Okay.
generally some specific like pie chart is there.
Mm.
So pie chart if you want to use, so pie chart is generally used in which scenarios, like if you would have seen in maybe real time also, where you have something which gives you an aggregated data and you want to see the ratio wise you want to see, or you can say share wise, market share wise, or by area wise you want to, at a initial look you want to view that okay how much this thing is there. Let's say you want to view the sales for every country, okay, let's say, or maybe region. So you have 4 or 5 regions. So obviously the sales in different regions is a, if you add all the region of the sales of all the region, what it will give you, it will give you the sales overall.
Yeah,
So
got it.
if you, okay, so you can represent it in column chart also, like for Europe you will have some sales you want to have for Asia Pacific, New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, Middle East, like that one you can have for different sale in column chart also. But
Yeah, yeah.
but if you want to view that, okay, let's see who is having the maximum sales, rather than by going the figure, if I see that, okay, let's say X million sales is in Europe region, then Asia Pacific we have Y. So when you want to see that, okay, what are the numbers, by seeing the numbers, you can anyway get the idea which one is good, which one is bad. But
Right,
what you
right.
want is like in the pie chart, if you represent, so whenever user will open, he will definitely see that okay, this region is having the maximum area within the circle. So you will say okay, this region is having maximum sales. Whichever region is having very less amount of sales, that means this region is having that much a little less sale. So
Mm.
overall figure you can directly, or these are generally useful at a very top level management, which are we generally see that okay, which is good, which is bad. That they have just to take this decision and forward it to their concerned department. So if I am, let's say, CIO, CEO, CTO type of person, or maybe a VP person, kind of that one, I see that okay, these are 5 region. Europe region is not having good sales. I will
Mm.
go and delegate it to Europe person. Then he need to take care what is the various reasons and all these things. But as soon as I see the report, I can within 5 minutes I can say okay, this is the region which is not having good sales. So in that case, we use revenue.
Okay, okay.
And let's say, but let's say if what will be the scenario where you should not use pie chart. Let's say if you are representing your head count, okay, what was your head count in different years, okay.
Okay.
So let's say your head count was X in 2000 last year, this was
Mm.
Y, and previous to previous year it was Z. So
Okay.
they are not something which you can add a total, because they are not something which like 2000 previous year it was something different, previous to previous year was something different. Actually, they are the same persons. Some addition, some deletion. Some person might have come, some person might have gone. So if you represent this chart with pi, you can represent it. All the values are numerical. It will not be logically or syntactically, it will not be wrong. Logically, it will be. But they are not something which you can add it up. So
Right.
that's why you will not. But if you are representing the same thing, let's say, the same thing if you are representing region wise, like what is my head count in Europe, Asia Pacific, Middle East, America, North America, these quantities you can add because that will give you a total head count of your company. But if you are
Okay.
representing the same thing in year wise, then it's not something which you can add. So for that one, line chart or column chart will be best. So these
Okay.
are few of the scenarios where you will see that okay, this will be good or bad, not. So this one was that one, and similar kind of thing we require for the stack chart. So stack chart is
Exactly.
like stack chart.
Stack chart. Okay.
So let me just add a data source so that you also
Mm.
get a little bit of view.
Yeah.
So let me assign it to data source. Okay, so I think it will have maybe some. I'll see what is the data source correct which can be used. So stack chart is used when you have when you are representing something which can be as well as column chart which has the capability to be added and you want to represent it for various regions. So the previous examples which I was giving to you
Mm.
is kind of an I will say example of that thing, the stack chart. So what it
Okay.
shows you is, let's say you want to represent your sales revenue for different years and within all the regions. So what
Okay.
it does it, let's say this is for 2006, okay, 2000 or maybe 2014, then next 2015, and then next 2016. Okay,
Mm.
different 3 years you want to view the sales. And now within the sales you want to view for various regions also. So what it
Okay.
does it breaks the graph bar, I will say this bar, blue one, into different sections. So it's kind of, you will say, pie chart represented in the form of column chart with sections. So pie chart, the area will be in the form of pie, arc. If you would have seen
Okay.
pie chart, how it represents is, like if you have different type of objects, so it shows you in different sections. One pie will have, let's say, 30 degrees, so it represents, okay, out of this 180 degree, 360 degree, it represents almost 10%, like that
Mm.
one. So here what it does it will break into different subsections. So it will be like, let's say till 800, one section will be there, another will have maybe just 20, 50, 100, like that one. It will be divided. So in that scenario, you will use stack charts when you want to display both things, something which is aggregated, but in one dimension it can be aggregated, but in another one it cannot be aggregated. So if you see sales and you want to display it with respect to country and year wise. So it depends upon your requirement also. Sales is a quantity which you can add it, so you can show it in the form of pie chart and kind of thing. But you have to also see with respect to which you want to display. If you want to show with respect to country or regions, it's fine. You can represent it with pie. But if you want to view it for yearly, then or monthly, then it doesn't make sense to use pie chart. Similarly, if you want to view it for different region with respect to different years, in that case it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a minute. Yeah, so this is one of few of the scenarios, and then when you will keep using, you will get to know that okay, which one is more suitable, which one is less suitable.
Yeah.
So what I'm sure you will get to know. So this is the so this was chart all about. Where is so now we add the second thing is cross tab. So this is the second type of component available. Let me add the data source here. Okay, so it's just a simple table. So generally this cross tab will be used when you want to display a little bit of detailed data, or if you want to display multiple things, like if you want to display your sales plus your, let's say, what was your investment, or you can say what was your investment, then what was your variance or expected, something like that, or you would have seen year-on-year comparison, like what is the comparison between this year and last year. So in this case of scenario, and little bit more detailed analysis, because tabular form of data is a little bit huge data, which is not which is not easy to plot on the chart, as it will make the things very complex. So generally in that scenarios we used to prefer have a table. So you can have a, let's say, region value might be there, and within region you can have country, and within country you can have the either business units or maybe category of type of products. So like that one you can have it.
Okay.
So a little bit more data if you are having, you can have it this one. Okay, then we comes to dimension filter.
Yeah.
So this dimension filter, as it explains, self-explanatory. So it's a dimension filter which is used to filter the data. So whatever values you are having, let's say you are displaying the data for various products, coats, jacket, purse, t-shirts, trousers, like that one.
Yeah.
So in that case, you want to you want the user to give a filter. Like how you want to filter it.
Okay.
So let's say he wants to, but generally what you are displaying here, that one we don't give as an option to delete, or you can say for filter. Let's say you want to give him a filter for something other. How I am doing the things right now, it might be a little bit difficult for you to get it right now. So I will explain in detail how each and everything works. So maybe just for time being, I'm just showing you firstly what are all the various type of things we can do with this
Okay.
tools. So
Okay.
maybe dimension filter I am not explaining in detail, but I'm just telling. Just now I am giving you functional view, just functional view. Technically, it just you can say I even not touched it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say I have region name. Okay.
Mm.
So I have created a filter for region name. So what it will do is user can select a region and it will filter the data. So
Okay.
it will show you. I selected some region, let's say Americas. So it shows that okay, in America you have 3 products only.
Okay.
So like that it will work. So this is the dimension filter.
Got it.
So now these things, dimension filter, filter line, filter panel, they
Mm.
are mostly on the same thing. The functionality is same, but little bit of change, not fully.
Okay.
Let's say if I delete this one, now filter line. So
Okay.
filter line, the difference is that if you see previous filter, you have to
Mm.
specify that okay, what is your dimension filter to which you need to attach. So if
Okay.
your table, obviously you will see that what are the various tables available. So every table will have multiple dimensions. So
Right.
if I am just let me explain, tell you that maybe you will be aware that dimension and key figures or measures what we mean. So key figures or measures are generally that numerical values.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Fine.
that's what. So product name, country, region, all these things that comes under dimensions. And your
Dimensions.
sales, revenue, head count, and all these things they comes under key figures or dimensions or
Yeah.
measures. So in the previous one dimension filter, what you can do is you can attach it to any one of the dimensions. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not that
Yeah.
you can attach it to, let's say I want to attach it to country, I can attach it to category also. That is not possible. Any one of it you can attach it.
Okay.
But filter panel is something different, like where at a runtime you can choose anything. It will let you. Okay, I want
Mm.
to add for which thing? Let's say I want to add for sub-region name. So I say, let's say India.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay, but then you said, okay, I want one more filter. So you say, I want product name. So you say, okay, I will say coats, jackets, applied. So maybe for that combination, it does not have
Right.
any data.
Right.
But
Right.
the thing is, you can have it multiple time, multiple data. So
Okay.
this is the difference between dimension filter, filter line.
Okay.
Then,
Got it.
yeah, then we have filter panel. So this is also the same thing, filter, but first of all, the thing is this is not generally used because it occupies very huge space. I mean, your at least 1/4 of your screen will be occupied with this. So I have to be fair not to use this one in any of my real-time project. We generally avoid that one.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, if your what you are displaying, it's not something which is which has too many components, and you have that luxury to use extra space. So in that
Okay.
one, you can use it. So it's similar
So
to that one filter line.
yeah. Yeah. Filter line or dimension filter is fine, but filter panel, it is showing all dimensions of your data source.
Yeah, it will show dimension plus measures also.
Measures also.
So
Okay.
if
Okay.
you just execute it, so you
Mm.
can see which region I want to filter. Let's say I want to select anything, you can select it. So same thing, anyone you can select.
Mm.
Then if you want to select any measure, so like that one, you can select. Generally, measures we don't touch, and then
Yeah.
the same thing. So it's little bit similar to, you can say, filter panel, filter line, but the thing is the way it looks and the way it operates, it's just a different. So
Different, but we don't prefer filter
yeah,
panel
filter
in our
panel
report.
because it's,
Yeah.
so that's why you might not require to use it, but just for
Mm.
understanding, at least you should know. So this is dimension filter panel. GeoMap is something which I will not touch right now because it will make the thing complicated right now. So what I
Mhm.
will do is GeoMaps and three things are there. This format fragment gallery, and in container component we have this one split cell container. So these four topics are there, which once all the things are covered, then I will cover let's because this is a little bit advanced things, so unnecessary it will complicate your understanding right now.
Which one? Split cell.
GeoMap, fragment gallery, split cell. These three things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe if
So
anything else is also there. Once I
when
have
can
covered all the components, after that we will see. Because generally that
uh,
fragment cell and split cell container, they involves a lot of JavaScripting. So until unless we touch those components which does not involve, so it will not make sense to you get this one. So just we will avoid that one right now. We will have a look at that one. It's not that we will just bypass it. So this is navigation panel. What it does it? So whatever data you are displaying, so it helps you. It's kind of niche. You can rearrange your data. Like if you are having it here, like product's name. So just a minute. Hmm. Hello, are you able to view my voice? Hello, 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 hello.
hello? Yeah, Shabir.
I don't know. Desktop connection. Remote desktop is lost. Let me connect it again. Ashok, you there? Hello?
Shabir, I am there on. I think
No,
Ashok is
I'm
not
asking
available.
for yeah, Ashok is
Ashok is
not
not available.
because that remote desktop, the server is not running. Experience.
Okay.
No, it's not working. Just a minute. Some issue with the server actually. Looks like though both the systems are not able to get remote desktop, maybe there's some issue. I will anyway. Ashok is also not responding. So let me get back to Ashok and I will let you know
Okay.
when can we continue with that one. Today anyway I don't think it will be feasible. Tomorrow anyway I can maybe we'll have an extended session if anyway if required.
Okay. So Shabir, as I
Yeah,
said, I have
yeah,
some
yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Okay. See, first thing is tomorrow I'm starting a new report,
Okay,
and where in my report, I mean the query, it's a basically a headcount report, HRA, personal action, personal administration report. Okay.
okay,
And I just need some advice, like how it can go on this. Basically, my report gives me a data saying that total head count is some say some 1,000, and out of this 1,000, the number of males and females, and the
okay,
number of people from the same nationality, I mean nationality, and non-Saudi and Saudi.
okay,
Okay. And coming to the not employment, yeah, contract and permanent.
okay,
Contract employees and permanent employees, and age range. Age
okay,
range is something like below 220, 20 to 29, and 30 to 39, 40 to 49, till uh, greater than 60.
okay.
This is my report from BW, and how I can show this data in Design Studio, like the best way presenting this data.
Okay. So in that one, I need to first of all see what are all the objects available, then which object is more of a concern for them, whether they want to view with respect to, as you told me that Saudi, non-Saudi, so based
Yeah,
upon maybe something like nationality, what are the various nationalities of that
yeah,
person, then based upon age group, maybe let's
mm,
say if you want to display it for different uh, a bar chart, let's say I want to say for different age groups, right?
okay, okay.
This age group, this age group, this age group. So
Mm.
something
So
like maybe count or
what I
something.
am planning is I have created individual queries. Like
Okay,
one is for gender, and one is for nationality, and one is for employment type, and one is for
okay,
age. And
yeah, good.
when uh, sorry,
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
yeah, when I am executing this report, I'll get first I can show everything in a cross tab,
yeah,
and on top of cross tab, I want to give a filter to user to select year. Say
Okay.
suppose today, I mean, by default, the report runs for current month and year,
Yeah.
2016 September,
Okay.
and give an option to user to check the data for year wise.
Okay.
And by default, when the report executes, the crosstab will show me the whole data. Besides that, in one pie chart, it will show the gender, okay,
Okay. Yeah.
and a pie chart and a gender, and one pie chart will show no, not pie chart. This is one. What do you call geo map?
Geomaps. Okay.
Geo map has to show the nationality, like Saudis and non-Saudis. If they're not Saudis, to which country they belong to.
Okay.
Okay.
So geomaps, what it shows, it will not show you like something like some country non-specific. It shows you for every map in the map where the various regions are there. So whichever you show, if you're
Okay.
saying that, let's say if I'm showing India map, so in
Okay.
India map you can display that, okay, if you have a value for various cities like
Oh,
Bangalore,
okay.
Delhi,
Okay.
Delhi,
Yeah.
something like that. So it correlates with them. So you have there is
Can I
something.
select Middle East like that?
Yeah, I think it will have.
Okay.
So,
So
but I'm not
maximum.
sure that at the city level it will have, but at least at the country level it will be. Like Middle East
Okay.
countries like UAE, Qatar, and all these things. That country, what is so if name is there, it automatically shows on the map when where that country is there. So when you put your mouse over that country, it will give you that key figure. Maybe if it is sales or
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
your head count or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And bar chart is for age groups.
Okay, yeah,
That's fine, right?
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I will suggest if you can create a something a sample of at least what it looks in whether it is MS Paint or Excel anything,
Okay.
so that at least we both can be on the same page. Okay, like exactly this it should be. So
Right. Right. I'll do it. I'll do it in Excel and I'll give you that. I'll
yeah,
send
yeah.
you
So
that.
that at least we know if anything I say, okay, this is the thing which is not feasible in there, or maybe with your experience or my experience, we can say that, okay, this is something which if we tweak a
Okay.
little bit, it will add more value, so that
Yeah.
we can do that. So
So
no issue.
here the challenge is
Yeah.
for me the challenge is by default when the report gets executed, it will show the data for 2016 September or current month and year. Okay,
Okay.
that is working fine. But when a user want to see a data of 2015, we are giving a filter here, and when he selects 2015, the crosstab should change at the same time. For this data, the all graph should change.
Yeah, yeah.
How to handle that?
I mean, initially what it will show you is, let's say for any specific your current year.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe two, three components are there, cross tab, chart or something, which
Mm,
will display you that initial year data.
mm.
Okay. And what you want is, let's say user will have a drop down for years. You are
Yes, right.
representing maybe let's say last 2, 3 years or 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he selects
So
that,
years, so it should change the value for
mm,
different years.
yeah.
All the yeah, so that we can do it. So if you select 2015, the cross tab should change, your pie chart should change, your
Yeah.
column chart or bar chart, whatever you are displaying, that should change. If I am
Okay.
not wrong.
For for this, do we need JavaScript?
No, no, for that one it's not required.
Then how you link this crosstab and chats?
No, they are not supposed to be linked. That drop down or filter what you will be having, it
Uh-huh.
will actually what the way is here in Design Studio, components doesn't talk to each other. It's more of a data source. Components to data source. So
Okay.
if your chart, cross tab, pie chart, column chart, they are connected to any data source, whether it is common data source, different data source. So what your drop down does it
Mm.
asks your data source, it filters your data source. So whosoever are connected to the data source, that will automatically get filtered data. So that's how it works. So if your component, let's say three components are there and assume that all three are having different source. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what you will do
So,
is your
mm,
drop down will
mm,
you will select any value. Let's say you selected 2015. So what it
mm,
will do is it will ask them that, okay, just give me the filter data for 2015 only. Now
mm.
data source 2, data source 3, data source 4 all will
Yeah.
have only data for 2015 only. So that's how it will manage. So anyway, we will see
Oh,
how it works exactly.
okay. 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 And one more question.
Yeah.
Here, when we're using this components, you want me to, I mean, see, what I'm trying is this everything, the headcount related charts, everything should be on one tab
Okay.
because I have to show four tabs. Like one is for headcount, and one
Yeah.
is for payroll, and one is for organization management, and one is for time and management. See,
Okay.
so uh, I wanted to keep everything in one report by adding a tabs. Is that fine?
Yeah, we have tab strips here.
Tab
I
script.
showed you. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
you
in
can
in
have it
each
on
okay. And in each tab, do I need to use a panels?
panels. Not required really. If,
Or okay.
you can use it. It's not something which will anyway impact you. You can have
Hmm.
it if you want to give something, some fancy colors, or maybe you want to segregate if two components. Then, if required, you can use it. If not, then no, but you can use it. No
Okay.
issues.
I'll tomorrow I'll show you my design,
Yeah,
so you can let me like if any
yeah, yeah.
changes, you can advise me from your side. I will do that. Okay, Shabir.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
See you tomorrow then.
yeah, yeah. Sure.
Same time, right?
Okay then.
Same time?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's fine.
Yeah. 10 p.m. is fine for you, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.